On this week's World of Saltwater Fishing, we're back off Islamorada in the fabulous Florida Keys. I'm with Ryan Wenzel, and we'll be doing a variety of fun fishing, ranging from chasing down birds offshore, to dropping on reefs and wrecks, to anchoring up and catching in on a red-hot bite of yellowtail snapper. Stay tuned, this is one trip you want to make sure you're on board for.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing, where big fish don't stand a chance.
Talk about a common scenario. Here I was with the Mark VI back in Islamorada, doing our usual routine. We're launching at the Angler House Marina, driving a boat around to Worldwide Sportsman's Bass Pro Shops Marina, docking, and again, going offshore to pursue a wide variety of offshore fish. This time, I was fishing with Ryan Wenzel, who's one of the new young gun and up-and-coming guides based out of Worldwide Sportsman. Ryan operates a 34-foot triple-powered center console. It's quite the hot rod, and he has a lot of offshore fishing experience for his young age.
Well, most of my charter experience started in Venice, Louisiana, and every summer after I would get done with college, I'd go work in Venice as a deckhand on some of the boats up there.
He turned his passion into a full-time position as a charter guide, full-time out of Islamorada.
Well, I grew up fishing with my dad, and we'd always travel down to the Keys every weekend that we were available, or every vacation that we could take was always in the Keys. So when I found out that I could make a living catching fish, then I was all over that.
Ryan is without a doubt very skilled on rod and reel. Yet I tease him a lot because one of his other specialties, and he does have a certain audience for it, is taking people out and spear gun fishing. And I call that cheating, and he and I get some pretty good debates on it, but he is excellent at that and shows me pictures, probably to get my goat, of some of these beautiful wahoo and groupers and mutton snapper that he catches on the spear.
Even though George thinks that's cheating, sometimes you just got to get below the surface. They might not eat your baits, but they're always eating the steel.
Me, on the other hand, told him, Ryan, we're not spear gun fishing. We're going out and we're doing it the good old-fashioned sporting way, rod and reel fishing. So all our joking aside, I was really looking forward to spending a day with him. We had a beautiful day on tap, loaded up with bait, and since we were mobile, calm seas, a fast boat, we decided let's go out and hit the humps first. We had run to the humps, only to be met with just really dirty green water, no current, decided to go as far down as some of the humps down Marathon Way, only to be met with more green water and no fish. At that stage, we decided let's run back up towards Islamorada and drop on some wrecks.
And we saw a big school of birds with some tuna surfacing in it, so we decided to run over there and try to troll on them a little bit and see if we couldn't get one up. And after putting a line out for maybe 5 minutes, we had one on.
Doing all right with them?
Oh yeah, nice and easy.
Let's see what you got here.
You gonna get the net or the gaff?
Well, it depends. I'm gonna have a look. A little tuna, we'll get them in the net.
There you go.
You feel confident with me with a gaff instead?
With you,
Yeah,
gaff?
you're on the rod. You ought to know what you have. I always saw that thing was smoking out for that little like 20-pound outfit,
Oh yeah, it was screaming out there.
Just to make you feel better, Ryan.
I get the gaff too, just in case.
Just to make you feel better, I'm coming up there with a gaff for you. Anything yet, Ryan?
No color.
Good job, though, man. Good bend in the rod. It's all good, isn't it?
All good.
Oh, here's the leader. Take it nice, easy. I'm gonna come set to my left. If I'm gonna get him here.
Oh, that's a solid one.
It's a skipjack.
It's a skipjack?
Skipjack on that.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Oh, look at the bright side. It's a big one.
Solid size skipjack.
Check those purples.
Yeah.
Oh, you knew that thing was smoking a lot of line.
Oh man.
Ordinarily, I would keep that skipjack tuna for bait, but it was early in the day. We had a full day ahead of us, so we decided let's go ahead and let this one go and keep on moving. So we were off to a series of wrecks in Islamorada. You talk about tourist attractions in the Florida Keys. Islamorada in particular, you have a lot to see and do here. But you take the Worldwide Sportsman Complex in itself, not only is it a very functioning marina, but it's a sight to behold. It's a major tourist attraction, Worldwide Sportsman itself. It's functional, it's fun, and you're at the gateway to incredible fishing, whether you're going in the backcountry or heading offshore.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing is brought to you by Penn. Let the battle begin. Mako, the perfect predator. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Mercury Marine. Go boldly. We'll be right back.
We're back to Islamorada in the Florida Keys. I'm with Ryan Wenzel, and now we're headed over to a series of wrecks that we could drop on and hopefully score some fish. And these wrecks range from anywhere from 70 feet on out to 250 feet. And the objective was really simple. We'd go over them, mark them to see if there are any fish or life holding around them, determine what current we had, and at that point, try to hold right above the wreck, stem the current if we needed to, and drop down on them.
Right off the bottom, about 225 feet of water. You got that jig all the way down there, huh?
Got the jig, scoped out a little, but a couple bounces and then it kind of
How far up the structure were you?
10 feet.
Almaco, let's take that thing. All right. Well, you know what's solid down at that bottom there. And you know what? You did a good job.
Fights a fish, good fight. It's an Almaco jack. So one Almaco jack so far to our tally. We let it go. He drops down again, and then bam, he's on instantly. And another Almaco jack.
Covered up in Almacos right away. And same story at the next wreck and at the next wreck.
And overall, it paid off in terms of the Almaco jacks. And on one of the shallower ones, we ended up catching a yellow jack.
I'm starting to see it come up. Looking good though. Let's take a look. Oh, you got yourself.
It's wrapped up in it. Is that a yellow jack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check the size of this yellow jack out though, huh?
Huge yellow jack, I'll tell you that.
Yellowjack is a great fighting fish, and it's probably one of the maybe underutilized species in that a lot of people think that it's a member of the jack family. It's not really good to eat, but it's actually exceptional eating.
Yeah, that's a big yellow jack.
It is too. Now, people told me, and I've tried them before, that they're really, really good to eat.
They're good sashimi.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what do you say? Let this guy go?
I think we let this guy
go for it.
All right, let's do it.
That was good. You got him on the Gomaku jig here.
Lazy Days, a wide and varied menu ranging from all types of seafood. They specialize in cooking your fresh catch. And if you've yet to experience this and you're down here and you have some fish, bring it over to Lazy Days, let them do that, and you tell me if you did not have an incredible meal. You talk about trip repetition when I'm in Islamorada. Pines&Palms Resort is where we stay. It's my home away from home, as I like to say. You look at the amenities that they have. Again, they are oceanside. If you bring a small boat in, say a 20-foot skiff or less, they have their own private ramp. You could tie up behind the place. Freshwater swimming pool. They have a cool little tiki bar set up there where you could sit around right by the pool, looking right out the ocean, swap fishing stories throughout the day. The accommodations, they have efficiency rooms. They have 1-bedroom ocean view suites. They have cottages, duplexes. They have 1-bedroom cottages, 2-bedroom cottages, a 3-bedroom cottage. Pines&Palms, an incredible place to stay. Once you walk on the property, you'll see exactly what I mean.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing is brought to you by SIMRAD and the new NSS Evo 3 display. Go with SIMRAD and go with confidence. Rapala Coastal, another great day. Suffix, always use the best line. ACR, the leader in marine safety electronics. We'll be right back.
We're back to fishing off Islamorada in the fabulous Florida Keys. I'm with Ryan Wenzel, and now the target is to get in on the reefs, find a good spot, and crush the yellowtail snapper.
We yellowtailed in about 80 feet, and that's kind of a good depth to get you the bigger yellowtail, because the shallower you go, generally, the yellowtail get a little bit smaller, but as they get bigger, they move into the deeper water. So it was perfect conditions. I mean, we had good moving current, we had dirty kind of water that was just, you know, perfect for yellowtail. So after we dropped the chum bag in, we were mixing up chum balls, you know, just mixing soft, thawed out chum with some sand and making little sandball chum balls out of them and dropping them straight down. And then once they hit the bottom, they kind of blow up, and that kind of brings in the yellowtail.
About 3, 4, 5 minutes later, you look down and that blue, amidst all the bait and life in our chum slick, here comes the yellow ball rising up from the bottom.
Yeah, so I mean, when we had that yellowtail ball up, I mean, we was just one after another. I'd had a little yellow jig head on that I was just hooking my bait on, just drifting it back, matching the speed of the current with my line, not making any sudden movements, and every time it was just one after another hooked up, big yellowtail.
Whole school's back there.
I see it. Beautiful size tail.
That's actually a solid size tail.
I got a net if you want me to.
Ah, we can flip him in.
All right, well, it's up to you. Oh, get him in. Whoa! I'll take a look at this beauty here. Not a bad size. That is an awesome Florida Keys.
That's a big Florida Keys
Yes.
tail, man. It's a good sized tail.
Yes, but see it coming up.
It's
Nobody under him. That's a good thing.
no. You know, I got a little worried about that shark in the beginning, but it seems like he's treating us pretty well.
That's a beauty of a tail. Check him out.
It's a beauty of a yellowtail. It's all dark on that one. Oh, that's a good one. Oh yeah.
Scaling down on that little hook. Dropping off the jig and getting back to number 1, number 2 hook.
You know, nothing to measure, just right in the fish box. Doesn't get better than that when you're yellowtailing.
And Ryan and I were taking advantage of these beautiful tails, having fun, fighting them up, icing them down in the fish box aboard the boat, and just having a great day enjoying what one of the fisheries Islamorada is known for, and that's yellowtail snapper fishing. One of the live ballyhoo rods took off, and Ryan was on the rod.
Oh, we're on.
All right, go get it. After one with his finger.
There we go.
You're doing good.
I hope there's a steel leader on here.
It is.
Solid.
That was what it was intended to do.
Did you have the drag real tight or loose?
That's perfect. It's just the way you're doing is perfect. I said that just right.
Okay, I just didn't know how tight you had it. Because now he's kind of chilled out.
Probably a nice size mackerel. I've seen them skying in here.
Took all that line out, man.
Well, it was, you know, you see these ballyhoo getting showered, and you see these mackerel skyrocketing. We're yellowtailing, so why not take a ballyhoo, put it on a wire with a stinger, flatline it, yellowtail, and anybody with teeth comes around, hopefully it'll eat it, and that's what they did with you.
I think I might have my other line.
You're right here.
He's basically wrapped in the anchor line.
All right, we got 5 lines here now, you know?
Yep.
Okay, we're a mess.
All right, here. Give me the gaff, Give me the gaff.
Okay. This is going down as the biggest mess. With
Tangle.
How many lines we got in this thing?
Like 5.
You came back there and got your tail lines because he was on the outside of it. All right, let's start with the gaff.
But in the confusion, somehow Ryan worked it close enough to where the fish was gaffed and brought in the boat. So it was a kingfish. We had another species, and it gave us a little bit of excitement there at the end. And at one point, I thought the kingfish was going to win, but no, it wasn't the kingfish's day. That joined the yellowtail and the ice brine aboard the Mark VI. A ballyhoo took off, live ballyhoo. Now I'm on, and I'm fighting a fish. Another beautiful cirro mackerel.
No, I thought it was bigger.
Here we go, boys. Look what I got.
I thought it was bigger. Not a small yellowtail by any means, but
I don't know what got me. You can net him.
hang on.
I'll flip him. I don't know.
Here, I got a net. I'm done.
Check that out. Top of the water there. And check that. Those teeth. That jig just saved it. We got that 10-pound fluorocarbon
Yeah,
leader.
10-pound leader, nice and light.
And those teeth. You got it right on the jig, and there you go. See the Ciros, they got those, instead of the round circles which are Spanish, these are more like those little bars on those things.
Yeah.
One of the best eating mackerel around.
Yep, definitely.
And fish pots.
In my opinion, Ciro mackerel are sensational eating. You catch them fresh, you ice them down right away, and you eat them later that night or the following evening, and you have yourself one great meal. And as much as we hated to do it, it was time to leave the yellowtails and, as we like to say, head back to the barn. And the barn being Worldwide Sportsman. We had work to do. We had yellowtail to clean, Ciro mackerel, a kingfish.
It's hard to beat having a great day and then just recapping your day while you're cleaning fish with your friends. And that's, to me, that's what fishing's all about.
So back at the marina, the other big step is a good wash down. And of course, Starbright makes my job a lot easier in taking care of all that and making sure the Mark 6 looks spotless like it always does. You talk about Islamorada being rich in sport fishing history. One president that made sure Islamorada remained on the map is our 41st president, the late George H.W. Bush. The president's affection for catch and release fishing of key species such as bonefish, tarpon, and permit was so significant that he lent his name to an annual tournament that was staged in Islamorada, and that would be the George Bush Chica Lodge Bonefish Tournament. It was held every year from 1994 through 2003. If you looked at the entire Florida Keys, where did he end up? What did he love coming to and doing? Fishing around Islamorada, which is the sport fishing capital of the world. That's a lot of history right there. And going from one extreme to another, and that was going to the Moose Lodge of Islamorada. How this all transpired, a good friend of mine, and he's a noted marine artist, Pasta Pantaleo. He has the Pasta Pantaleo Signature Gallery, an incredible artist in his own right. And he said he invited us up for dinner. Then the band took the stage, and I see Pasta in there just doing a number on the drums. I'm a fan of classic rock, to sit there and dine on an incredible dinner and watch Pasta go at it with his band was definitely an intriguing evening. Only to be upstaged by the oldest running charter captain, over 50 years of charter service in the Florida Keys, the world famous Captain Skip Bradeen.
Well, I tell you what, I come down here on a 2-week vacation from Nassau County, Long Island, New York, and I never went back. And that's who I fell in love with the town. I found a girl, got married, bought a charter, got my captain's license. First I bought a charter boat, and I've been in business at Well Harbor Marina for 54 years. I refuse to retire. I'm telling you right now, I've been, like I say, 54 years. And what do you do when you retire? You go fishing. I go fishing and take people's money. Well, you kidding me?
George's Tackle Locker brought to you by King Sailfish, the pioneer of catch and release mounts. Visit kingsailfish.com.
King Sailfish pioneered the concept that a game fish does not have to be killed for a mount. King Sailfish encourages the release of all game fish, merely requiring only their length to have a replica mount created. And while King Sailfish is noted worldwide for their saltwater fish, they also specialize in freshwater fish mounts, including both cold and warm water species. Whether it's a trophy largemouth or smallmouth bass, trout, pike, walleye, snakehead, etc., King Sailfish remains in a class all unto itself in terms of realism. So the next time that special fish comes alongside the boat or into a landing net and you're serious about mounting it, turn it free to thrill yet another angler and visit King Sailfish at kingsailfishmounts.com.
Mercury Performance Stats, Islamorada, Florida Keys. Seas, calm. Power, triple 350 horsepower Mercury Verado outboards. Props, Mercury Inertia Eco 21, 22, and 21-inch pitches. Consistent cruise, 4,800 RPM. Speed, 48 miles per hour. Total miles traveled, 63. Total fuel burned, 57 gallons.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing is brought to you by Starbright, professional-grade boat care products. The Florida Keys and Key West, come as you are. Papa's Pilar Artesian Crafted Rum, never a spectator. King Sailfish, the pioneer of catch and release mounts. Visit kingsailfish.com.
Given the great weather, the great docking and facilities here at Worldwide Sportsman, the Pines and Palms, Just in all, another perfect Islamorada fishing trip. And this time, having the opportunity to spend it with Captain Ryan Wenzel.
Islamorada is known for a lot of things. I mean, it's the fishing capital of the world. And to me, I think yellowtailing is one of the best fish to come out here and target because it's something that everybody can really do. You know, now it doesn't take a, fancy gear and everything to go catch yellowtail. You know, we can have a great day out with our family going to catch yellowtail on our days off. You know, I mean, I fish on my days off and yellowtailing is what I do a lot. So, it's one of the best fisheries down here just to continuously have a great day bending that rod all day.
And again, even though I like to tease him about him cheating because he also offers his spear fishing services, I try to keep him on the straight and narrow and that's sticking to rod and reels. But I know he does the other on the side, but these young kids today.
It's always a great time hanging out with George fishing together. I mean, he's an awesome guy and I'm, really appreciative of him just letting me come down and have a great day yellowtailing with him. And, it's definitely hard to beat living in the Keys every day going fishing.
Keep an eye out for his name because in turn, he'll be one of the big boys coming up soon.
Follow George on social media. Visit GeorgePoveromo.com. On Facebook, Facebook.com/George.Poveromo. On Instagram, @George Poveromo. And watch his episodes on YouTube at George Poveromo TV.